Hello everyone, welcome to PSIS-IFL New Student Orientation. My name is Lim Main, an English Program Coordinator. We normally have the new student orientation in order to make sure that our new students get familiar or well know the key program regulation so that they know what to do, and it's very beneficial for students to know all of this. And we are planning to conduct this workshop on the fifth floor today, but to save your time because we know that you have a very busy schedule. So we are making this short video instead. Let's get started. Before we start, I'd like you to scan this QR code to join our official Telegram channel. So just take out your phone and scan this QR code. Thank you. Thank you. All right. To begin with, I'd like to show you the key contents of the orientation today. We're gonna start, the orientation with the program syllabus. All right. And then we're gonna talk about the program regulation. And I could say the second part is the most important point that all students should know. Last, we'll talk about the facilities and activities that we have so far. Well, now let's talk about the program syllabus. So what are we gonna cover in this part? So let's get started with the duration of the term. How long does a term last right here? Well, a term here lasts for 60 learning days, or we could say 90 hours per term. So here we have 90 hours per term. That means we are studying just like 1 hour and a half a day, right? And in total, there are 90 hours per term. So let's get started with the level and groupings. The question is that how many levels are there right here? Can anybody guess? All right, there are 14 levels. We have, foundations, which consists of two levels. That means foundation A and foundation B. And then we have 12 levels from beginners to advanced, from level 1 to level 12. All right, like you can see right here, we have foundation, we have beginner, right? We have elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate, and advanced. So now let's move on to today's session. Actually, if you are learning in foundation level, you're gonna study from Monday to Friday with the same teacher. And if you are studying from level 1 to level 12, you're gonna have two different sessions, which is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday session. You're gonna learn with a teacher, and on Tuesday and Thursday you're gonna meet another teacher. So that means if you are in level 1 to level 12, you're gonna learn with two different teachers. All right, how about the subjects? Here we have two main subjects. The first is core English, while the second one is communication. So of course, in all day session from Monday to Friday, or foundation A and foundation B, from level 1 to level 12, you will have to take two main subjects, core English and communication. How about the instructors? So here we have two different types of instructors. We have Khmer instructors. Normally they teach core English, like you can see in the pictures right here. And we also have foreign instructors. They are teaching communication. And normally they teach from level 5. And how about the examinations? So here the question is that how many exams do we have per term? I'm sure that you may know that, right? So we have two different exams. One is midterm exam, like you can see in the slide right here, and another one is the final exam. So in total, you're taking only two examinations, midterm and final exam. All right. Hope you are clear with the exam. And now let's move on to the continuous assessment. I could say this is one of the most important part as well. So why is it important? Because the continuous assessment right here tells you what you should focus more on when you are studying at PSIS Sensor. So let's take a look at this feature. You can see what you're gonna do when you are learning right here. The first one here is the midterm exam, right? And then we're gonna have the final exam, which accounts for 25%. So remember, midterm exam accounts for 25% plus final exam, which accounts for another 25%. So in total, we have only 50%. Remember, a passing line right here is 50%. So if you get 100, a full score in the midterm exam, and another 100 score in final exam, so you will pass to the next level, I mean. But imagine, do you believe that you can get 100 in your midterm exam and you can get a full score of 100 in your final exam? If so, yes, you pass, right? But normally students could not do so. They may get 90, they may get 80, some could get 70 something. All right, so or could be less than that. So exactly, if you get less than this, you'll fail, I'm sure. But anyway, if you focus more on this, it will help you a lot. So what are those things that can help you? So the first is class participation. When only attend class regularly, all right, answering in the class a lot, being active and so on and so forth, you will get 10% already. And one more thing is that when your teacher assigns you homework or lesson exercises, do it, complete it, and submit it all to your teachers on time. And you will get another 25% added to your exam, right? And we also have quizzes and progress tests. So if you can do well right here, you will get another 15%. So in total, you will get 100% right here. Once again, if you depend on only the midterm exam and final exam, you will receive only 50%. But if you focus more on homework, lesson exercises, you're ready for the quizzes or progress test and class participation, it will help you a lot. So I hope you're clear with this, everyone. And now let's move on to another new point, which is about spell course. Actually, spell is a required course, in the English program. And these are the level equivalents of spell, like you can see. Okay, so before going to this, can you tell me how many levels are there in spell course? Exactly. So, there are 5 levels of spell course. But compared to our English program classes, we have only, we have 14 levels, right? We have 14 levels while the spell course has only 5 levels. So what should we do then? We have level equivalence. So if you are, studying in level foundation B and level 1, so these 2 levels equals to level 1 of the spell program or spell course. And if you study in level 2 or level 3 in the GESL level or English program classes right here, exactly you are in level 2 of the spell course. And if you're in level 4, 5, 6, you are in level 3. And if you are in level 7, 8, 9, you'll be in level 4 of spell course. And 10, 11, 12, it is level 5 in terms of spell course. So, in other words, for example, let's say you are studying in level foundation B. So right here, because foundation B and level 1 are grouped in just one level of spell. So that means you will study only in one level. Example, if you are in level foundation B, you just take a spell course in foundation B, and when you go to the next level, I mean level 1, you are not supposed to take a spell course anymore in this level because he are in the same group, right? And next, if you are in level let's say level 2 or level 3, for level 3 right here, you will have to take the spell course as well. For example, let's say I am a new student and I am in level 3. See, so level 2 I didn't study at all because I'm a new student. When I take the placement test, I am in level 3. So I just take a spell course in level 3 right here. That's it. But if I am a new student as well and I am, my result is in level 2, so I just take a spell course in level 2, right? And level 3, no, I don't take it anymore. So similarly, they are the same right here. All right. So with spell course, you can learn anywhere, anytime, just with the internet connection. So you can use your own, desktop or laptop, tablet, or your smartphone as well to learn the spell course. Now let's move on to the program regulation. Like I told you, this is the most important part because everything is all the regulation. So we'll talk about the textbook, the regulation. So previously we talked about the types of textbook we use, right? The program uses. But here, okay, what about the regulation regarding with the textbook? And then we're gonna talk about the ID cards, absence and permission, and tardiness. This is, I could say, absence and permission right here is the most sensitive issue. All right, it's a hot potato actually in the program. Call times, all right, payment, e-grading assessment, suspension. All right, so now let's go to the textbook right here. Take a look at this textbook. Can you see something wrong right here? Of course, this is a used textbook. You can see at the right hand side, I mean the top at the right hand side, there's some notes right there. This is a used textbook. So the used textbook is not allowed at all in our program. You are encouraged to, get the new textbook. We call it the original textbook from our bookstore on the first floor. And how about this textbook? What's wrong? Right? You can spot the point right here, right? So that's a black and white textbook, which is the copy one as well. So this textbook is not allowed as well, right? So make sure that your textbooks are new and original. All right. So this is the regulation of the textbook used in our program. And now let's move on to the ID card. Of course, being a student here, you must wear an ID card when you are on campus. And this is the same whole of our ID card, like you can see. Um, the green card right here, green represents our English program actually. And you can see your name along with your level, your term, and your ID number, as well as your current photo. So these are the ID cards we have, and on top of that, we have both the card cover and the lanyard as well. And our English program students ID card, is attached with the lanyard, which possess our school's name on the lanyard. And for the students who did not submit photo, or they um, miss submitting photo on time, the ID card would look like this. But anyway, the ID card team is trying their best to take pictures of student daily to update their photos in our database as well. And now, this is the most important part: absence and permission, along with tardiness. So the question is that why should a student be absent with permission? When you are absent, why should you ask for permission? The answer is because it is safer. Why is it safer? You can take a look at this chart. This is for level foundations only, level foundation A and foundation B. You can see at the left hand side right here, they absent. So from 1 to 6 times absent without permission, of course, it would be fine for level foundations A and foundation B, I mean. And if you are absent from 7 to 13 days already without permission, you will receive a 10% but deducted from your exam. And if you are absent more than, let's say 14 times or more than 14 times in foundation, I repeat, this is applied for foundation level, so you will receive a 50% deducted from your exam, right? And now let's move on to level 1 to level 12. Like I told you, in level 1 to level 12, we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday session. You're gonna meet one teacher, right? And on Tuesday and Thursday session, you're gonna meet another teacher. So the day you are absent would be different, a little bit different as well. So from level 1 to level 12, I mean on 3 day session right here, if you are absent just 1 to 3 times, so it would be fine. How about 4 to 6 times? You will get 10% deducted, and 7 times it would be, or more than 7 times it would be more than 50% deducted, right? And for Tuesday and Thursday, which means if you are absent on Tuesday or Thursday, 1 to 2 times is okay, but 3 to 5 times, you will receive a 10% deducted from your exam. 6 or more, you will receive a 50% deducted from your exam. Exactly, this happened to our students who were absent regularly. Tardiness. Let's move on to tardiness. What is it? So, tardiness means lateness. What do you mean by lateness? If you come to class late, that is, a problem as well, right? So, the question is that when does your class start? All right, if you are taking an evening class, your class normally starts at 5:30. So lateness right here means you are coming to class later than 15 minutes. So if you come to class later than 15 minutes, so 2 equal 1. What do you mean by 2 equals 1 right here? That means 2 times of lateness means 1 time absent. Remember, on Tuesday and Thursday, if you are absent only 3 times to 5 times, you will receive a 10% deducted, right? So what if you are late for 6 times? You will get 10% deducted already actually. So uh, we do apply this. So just be careful with your lateness. All right, but there comes to another scenario. So what should you do if you are often late on every specific day? Teacher, 2 times of lateness means 1 absent, right? And what if you are late every week on Tuesday and Thursday, for example? So no worries, we have the tardiness privilege slip at our front desk for you to complete. What you should do is to complete this information and tick the day that you think you are busy with your work, all right, or with your extra class and so on, and then just submit to us along with the schedules or the document related or relevant document right here. It would be fine. No worries. Okay, we are trying to understand your situation as well. Well, and now let's go to a case study of the absences or the absence without permission. Like you can see, actually, this is the general English results of level 4 last term. Like you can see right here, we have the ID, okay, gender, total, okay, grade, and so on right here. And yeah, deduction. See, so 3-day deduction and 2-day deduction. So you can see a 10%. Some students receive a 10% deducted. Some receive 50% deducted, and as a result, like you can see right here, as a result, they repeat. This is the biggest problem, and we are trying to deal with this kind of problem as well. But we just want to make sure that our students know this regulation so that they should know what they should do next. All right, you can see here. All right, however, if you are absent with permission, you do not get exam scores deducted at all. Once again, if you are absent with permission, you do not get marks deducted. So that is a safe, situation that you should know, right? And the question is, how do you ask for permission? And what if you are about to be absent very urgently? What you should do is to ask your teacher, right? When you are absent, you can just only ask your teacher, and or you can, call the schools, or you can contact your teachers as well, as long as you have a strong or concrete reason. And remember, teacher, today I'm asking for a permission because I'm busy. That reason is not acceptable at all. I'm busy. Busy is not accepted at all. All right. So now let's move on to the exam regulation. Like you can see, this is the second page of the exam cover. All you can see from number 1 to number 7 here are the exam regulation that you must read before you start the exam. And this is the first page or the cover of the exam. Like you can see, this is a midterm exam, And what you should do is that, read this. Actually, the 5 points on the exam cover is extracted from number 1 to number 7 right here. So remember, during the exam, no cheating, no talking, no borrowing, no mobile phone, and no book under the exam paper. So no cheating or no attempt to cheat. If you are found of doing so, or if you happen to borrow your friend's stuff during the exam, or you were talking, or you were using your mobile phone without permission at all, so you will receive a 10% deducted. However, if you are found of, having a book or a piece of paper under your exam paper, you will receive a zero. So be careful, when taking the exam. We strictly comply with this, regulation. What you should do next before you start the exam is that complete the information right here, like your name, or write your ID on the exam cover, and then you can go to the second page of the exam cover. You will have to sign and write down the date, right? And then you can start your exam right away. Okay, so do you know why do we strictly comply with the exam rules? You know why? Why do we strictly comply with no cheating, no borrowing, and so on right here? Okay, because the English program right here has a zero tolerance policy, which means we do not accept any student cheating or attempt to cheat during the exam. Like a student will receive a 10% deducted if he or she is found of talking during the exam. So of course, if you have a question, just ask your teacher. Do not ask your classmates. So or you will receive a 10% deducted as the first warning. And the second warning is that you will receive a zero score if you do it for the second time. See, so we strictly comply with this policy. And what if a student misses the exam? What if on the exam day you cannot come and take the exam? So what should you do? All right, so normally student can take a makeup exam, or we call it a supplement exam. You can take the exam later. But anyway, that exam must be in a specific date that the English program arranged. And normally we release the announcement of the makeup exam as well. That's why at the beginning of the presentation right here, I was asking you all to scan the QR code of our to join our English program channel, so that in that channel you can receive updated information very quickly or instantly. One more thing is that if you miss the exam, you are allowed to take the makeup exam on a specific date. But remember, you can take the makeup exam only when you were absent on the exam day with permission. With permission only, I repeat. And for more information regarding with the makeup exam, you can contact us as well. 010849898. So this is the English program office contact. All right. Well, and now let's move on to another main point, which is about the parent calling time. So, we often contact students' parent within 2 weeks. If a student is often absent or late for the class, first time we try to, contact the student themselves first to know what their problem is. But if they keep, being absent from class, we normally contact their parents just to make sure that Is it true that his or her child is absent or is coming to school late often these days? Something like that. All right. Well, and regarding with the payment, the question is that when should the current students pay the tuition fee and why? And the answer is that they are encouraged to pay the fee after immediately the official exam results is released. Or we could say they should do it before the new term starts. Why should the student pay the fee before the term starts? Here are several reasons why they should do it. One thing is that they don't need to wait for a long queue because normally the first day of the term most students just come and pay the fee that day, and as a result there are long queues. The question is that are you happy to wait or to be in a long queue? That's the question. If you say yes, yes, just do it. But exactly, we are not really, happy, or we don't really like, spending time waiting in a long queue, right? So you should just do it before the term start. And next is that if you do it before the term start, you can study in the same class with your old classmate. You know why? Because the office will arrange, or just in case there are more and more students in your class, so class could be, divided into two different classes. For example, let's say level 5A, level 5B. So yeah, you may have a different class from your old classmates, for example. So if you do it earlier, exactly, we are sure that you are in the same class. And one more thing is that if you do so, you can avoid missing the first session as well. The first session of the term is very important. So if you just pay the fee before the term starts, exactly, you can just come to school and attend your class right away, right? And last but not least, if it is available, you will receive a scholarship as well. All right? And when is the deadline of And when is the deadline of each new term for the fee? So normally the end of week 2. That means, example, let's say our new term starts on last week, Monday last week, and Friday this week will be the end of second term. So this is the cashier office regulation. If the student is paying the school fee late, okay, they will be fined $5 per week. So exactly, this is the reason why you should do it as soon as possible. All right, this is just the information for you, and I think this is important as well. So regarding with the suspension, so some students just come to suspension because they are busy with their work, for example. So how long is the suspension valid? It is 4 term, which means if you are about to suspend, and make sure that you are coming back within 4 terms, or you will have to retake the placement test. And when retaking the placement test, example, let's say you're in level 7, and who knows, when coming back to take the placement test, you may receive level 5 or level 6. Normally it could not be higher level because your English language is a bit poorer, maybe because you have been quitting it for just like a year already, for example. Well, and now let's move on to the facilities and activities that the English program has gone so far. So the building and classroom, like you can see, this is our school building. All right. I could say this is the biggest building in this neighborhood. So exactly, and this is our classroom, and in each classroom, it is equipped with the air conditioner, and enough light so that student can learn. I mean, even students at the back, sitting at the back, can also see the whiteboard well. And now let's talk about the computer lab and library we have. As an English program student, you are given a free computer course, which consists of a 36 hour. So focusing on Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, right? So this is great for students to master their skills with computer. And this is our library. We have varieties of books, okay, many different kinds of textbooks for you to read as well. If you have free time, you can also just go to the library and read. All right. And here we also have the term awards, which is a grade A certificate or outstanding certificate. So like you can see, we normally have this for our students. So if you're working hard, you'll receive a grade A certificate. And outstanding certificate here is what you have been working so hard for several terms, all right? All right, now let's move on to our field trip. The English program initiated annual field trip for our students to strengthen their bonds among their friends and to share great memories and to just like get their attention to love nature. All right, like you can see right here in our slide, this is our first field trip to Kampong Thrat Cave and Kaip Beach, which is located in Kampot. And this is the activity of our field trip to the river park located in Kampot as well. This is a second annual field trip. All right, and we also have lucky draw. We have prizes, scholarship for our students who join the trip as well. And yeah, these are our activities we did on the trip. You can see it's really fun. All right, we have prizes like I told you. You can see. Okay, so on and so forth. Interesting and fun. All right. So this is the video. Okay, we have actually for the trip, but I don't think we have much time for the video. All right. So thank you so much for this. Um, gotta see you. Thanks.